Hi, it's Jack Zufelt again. Welcome to segment 2 of this 30-day program. I want to tell you about an incredible power that's inside you. It's inside me. It's inside all human beings. And it's just waiting there for you to plug into it. But until you plug into it, it just sits there. It's latent energy. It's not used. It's only tapped into when something really important is there. It's an ingredient I'm going to be telling you about in these segments. And if that ingredient's not there, this power just sits there. Has no way to be applied. It's like electricity in a wall socket. Until a power cord is plugged into that wall socket, the power there is just latent energy. It's not used. But you plug something into it, whether it's a vacuum cleaner or a drill, doesn't matter, then the power is unleashed, and whatever you've plugged into it now works. You can light a 5-watt bulb, or you can light a 120-watt bulb, or a 220-watt bulb. You can run several appliances at a time. You can even misuse that power. If you stick your finger in it, you get a shocking experience. Well, it's the same thing with the power inside of us. We can use it to get anything we want. Plug in and make anything work in our lives, or you can misuse it. We're going to talk about only using it properly, though. I don't want to show you how to misuse it, although people do that for criminal intentions and things like that. We're not going to go there. So you use it at its full strength all the time, and you'll appear to have almost superhuman strength or superhuman powers. You'll overcome all kinds of obstacles. Most only use it once in a while, though. They use it intermittently. Everyone's blessed with this God-given power. It's not a new thing, but I call this power something different than anybody else does. I call it the conquering force. Once you learn to plug into and unleash your conquering force, you'll find your life filled with a lot more satisfaction and success, excitement and happiness and achievement. You'll have a clear understanding of what it takes to make things happen, and you'll have no more doubt. And this is not the same thing as the feeling of obligation that comes when you should do something, or I need to do something, or I ought to do something, or I have to do something. It's not that kind of thing. When you got a task to do you don't want to do, it's not like, oh, I don't want to. That's not what I'm talking about. How about us living a life where that never exists? You'll no longer take a path that you don't want to go on because it makes sense, or because you should, or because somebody tells you you need to. I don't care if it's your mother, or your wife, or your husband, or your boss. You only take the paths that you want. So starting in segment 7, in the future segments, I'll describe exactly how you plug into your conquering force. How do you unleash it? And I trust that the reason that you've decided to participate in my 30-day program is that you've tried many other things. Lots of other things. Most people have. Perhaps everything else out there, and whatever you did hasn't worked, right? Hasn't worked. Well, you're not alone in that. Millions have experienced that. That's what's made me kind of popular, because I teach the truth about that. Now, you're ready to make a change, and you've decided that my concepts make sense to you, and you're hoping, big time, and you're hoping that you will not need anything else after this. Well, at the risk of sounding a little bit boastful, you're right about that. You won't need anything else after this once you understand this concept. It'll be fun to help you learn to plug in and unleash your conquering force, causing you to achieve at huge, high levels, more than you ever thought possible. And when you learn to do this anytime you want, it will become part of your life, and you'll become a master achiever. You just achieve all the time. Doesn't mean you're perfect, but you're a high-level achiever. I call it a master achiever because you can master anything you want. Now, since I have that moniker called Mentor to Millions, being your mentor is something to me. It matters, and I'm very comfortable with it. And I'm honored to be someone you chose to be as one of your mentors. And I intend to fill that obligation. But let me tell you what a mentor is. You got to understand that real clearly. A mentor is, number one, someone who has successfully done what you want to do. And he's also, or she is also someone who has successfully become what you want to be. That means happy, free, not just doing things good, but being certain things. She or he is someone you've decided to trust and you can ask questions of. They're like a compass to help you get on course and stay on course, kind of like NASA and the shuttle. They adjust that shuttle's direction and trajectory minute or second by second. And that's what a mentor is supposed to do for you. He or she is a source of wisdom for you on anything. And they're right thinkers, and they'll teach you to be a right thinker because you don't know. If you knew what they knew, you'd have what they have. They're a guide to keep you from getting lost or from going down dead ends. There's someone who might hurt your feelings or might even embarrass you a little bit when they hold you accountable or tell you about things that need to change that's wrong or stupid or inappropriate. That happened to me with several of my mentors. They held me accountable, and it was a little bit tough. but it was really important. He's a director or a pointer or a liahona or a liahona. He or she is supposed to point you in the right direction, like a compass, like a liahona. If you don't know what that is, Google it. Point being is, mentors are extremely important in our lives. One of the most important persons in your life, and we all will have many. So when you use or learn to use your conquering force, you seem to have way above abilities to make things happen. Way beyond what most people think. Way beyond average. And it's fun to live like this. If making more money matters to you, the conquering force is the only thing that can make that happen. It can be very profitable for you. Conquering force can make your relationships with others not only thrive, they will excel beyond the norm and the extraordinary. And here's the best part. You'll be happy 98% of the time. No one's 100% happy all the time, but how about 98% of the time? That's good. See you in the next segment.